Plug in some attitude with Sound Toys.
Okay, so we're here with Tom at the Rodec stand. How's it going, Tom?
Very well, thank you. We're here at Superbooth this year to present our new flagship high-end mixers. We call these performance consoles, and they are fully modular. So at the top of the mixers, we have a 500 slots that fits 10 500 modules. And then at the bottom, we have basically channel control with faders, and we have two versions. We have mono faders and we have orange faders like the stereo ones. In these mixers, this is one hybrid version that I like, and this is one with 4 stereo summing faders and also 4 stereo slots of 500 gear. We make, next to our own preamps, we make an adapter, so you can use our small modules. This is a preamp, and basically stack them and daisy chain them, and then you can put this in any 500 series bay, but also in our mixer, because we think sometimes it's a shame that you have to give up a full stereo slot if you could do more. For example, these have great discrete pre's. This is a Rodec EQ, stereo EQ, and the filter design fitting in one effect slot. So as far as the mixer goes, we have an 18 I/O digital interface in there with some of the best chips of today, ESS on the DAC side and AKM on the ADC side. We have a dual effects engine in each mixer with great reverbs and delays to get you going off the bat without having to connect external gear. Next to the 8 linked 8 pre's and the 8 faders here, we have 8 additional inputs for additional summing linked into stereo buttons.
Superb.
With rotary knobs to bring in the mix. We have 2 stereo balanced auxes. This is the master aux send and the master aux return, and we have 2 stereo balanced buses with an insert on each bus. Slot 9 and 10 here can be used as an insert either on everything that's sent to bus 1 or fully on the master. This is the Expressor Neo from our friends here from Elysia, mastering grade compressor. You can either put it on the master. I like to put it on my drum bus here in this version to get the drums compressed but still have the synths coming out clearly. So next to that, there's also a programmable mute group section. So there's 9 banks of ABCD presets, and you can then program anything by pressing 3 seconds, and then it flashes, and then this is in this program to quickly flick between scenes. What I'll also show you in a minute is that these buttons work in latched mode or in momentary mode. For performance features, and you'll see that in a minute.
Great,
maybe we get
nice
some mix
feature.
going on and you can hear it instead of me just talking
Absolutely,
through it.
yeah.
I'm just going to put on my headphones so I'm hearing what I'm doing here. I got a Logic session going, and here is just a 8-bar loop. Let's bring in the kick. Here, nothing serious. Snare, a bit more quiet. Let's give it some room reverb. Something like this. Bringing some 808 hi-hats. You can see we can nicely drive them into the orange and red zone. This is too much, but 808s like to be driven. Bassline. Parametric EQ comes with our pre. I can also drive this guy. Nice and smooth harmonic distortion there. Let's keep it a little bit clean. By the way, these modules, they have discrete op-amps. This is a 70s design and this is a modern design. And then 2 Lundals, one on the input and output stage, to basically create that sound, and also works as a good mic pre. On the output stage, there's the same discrete op-amps with 28 dBu Lundals to get that air going, and 300 milliamps of peak goodness into the speakers. Let's go to the stereo section here. I have a little clav synth going on, and it's being filtered. There's filtering here, and we have envelope. High pass mode. EQ. Something like this. String section. Show you a little bit about the performance, so we're going to put this into momentary mode. Can do this also, this trick here.
Oh, that's
Wait
cool.
for it. More
So nice
channels.
for making live mixes with.
Yeah, it's also in the studio, right? So you want to be on your mix, maybe even standing up in your studio and then feeling where the track can go. It works
Definitely.
better on an analog console because I can get the sound right. And maybe eventually take this to stage as an instrument and not as something that's in the back of the stage.
Right.
So this is the idea of performance mixing.
Yeah, they're such beautiful devices. You know, they look great, but the build quality is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, we've worked for 3 years on this guy. So now let's go to the goodness. This first channels are also routed to bus 1. On bus 1, I'm basically now going to insert this tube saturation and then parallel mix it with the master. So I'm going to turn in bus 1 like this. A bit too much. This is fully wet, by the way. And now I mix it in for 10%, gives it this extra goodness. And now we can swap to the original Logic session. This is sounding like this.
Wow, there's a huge difference.
So this is just the Logic bus mastered. No, not mastered. And this is what we did on the mixer with it. So it's to shape the sound. This is not just for fine-tune mixing. You can basically push the pre's, effectize, and get going to a good place, and then record all that into your computer. And even because this is an inline console, also you can then go to analog or bypass the slots and track it back to listen what you've been doing. So we have either USB inputs or analog inputs, and then a bypass button to jump over this slot. Then there's an insert section to have an additional compressor, for example, on each channel, and then you go into this. Nice
Superb.
little add-on.
Yeah, I was going to
Crossfader.
ask about the crossfader.
Let's see what we have here.
It's a really nice way to interact.
It also works on, so obviously crossfading with stem, it's DJing with stems almost what you do here, and then creating a good sound. But it also works on the tracking mixer. You got the vocals going on one side, bring in the music, see what works, what doesn't work. So a crossfader is not such a stupid idea on a tracking console either.
Absolutely not, no.
So there we are, and then we have the DJ style version here. This has 4 stereo pre's, 4 of our 1985 EQs, and then 4 of the stereo filters. This filter design is based off of the MS-20, but we've added the envelope in there and made it stereo, of course, because the original MS-20 was a mono synth. So there we go.
Yeah, they look fantastic. Really appealing, and the way you can sort of switch them in and out is, yeah, really innovative.
Yeah, you can also link them and then the mutes and the solos will work across multiple tables, so you can create up to 48 channels of goodness there.
Yeah.
And then drive it.
This is good. Yeah, this is really good. Where do people get them from, and
So-
how much do they retail for?
We're taking pre-orders from June. We're currently discussing with distributors for the UK, and I don't know the price in UK money, but I know these will retail for this version will be 7K including VAT,
Okay.
all the way up to 8K for that mixer, obviously without the preamps. Right? So you get the sound card, you get the effects module, you get the master section, you get all the faders, and then you have to pick your own pre's
Sure.
here.
Great. Well, thank you very much for showing us that. Really appreciate
Thank you for having us. Have a great day at Superbooth.
you.